Hello and welcome to the Wine Educate podcast. This is episode 83 and I'm your host, Joanne Close. Today we're continuing with our Northern Rhone series and we're doing the middle and southern part of the Northern Rhone. So we're covering Saint-Joseph, Hermitage, Crozes Hermitage, and Cornas. It is late October here in New Orleans. And I left my house today and I thought I might consider wearing a sweater. Ended up not, but just to show you, it's been hot here for a long time. So this feels really nice when it gets down into like below 75 is just really lovely. I broke up the Northern Rhone into two parts and they're quite similar in a lot of ways, but there is a major difference now between the northern part of the Northern Rhone and the middle and the southern in that we're leaving Viognier behind, okay? No more Viognier, but we're introducing two new white grapes, Marsanne and Roussanne. Similar to what was happening with the Viognier in the northern part, there's some co-fermenting that is allowed. So in many of these regions, you're allowed to co-ferment these two grapes with the Syrah. However, in practice, it's not really done. It's not done. So when you see red wines, they're going to be still 100% Syrah. Syrah still is the only permitted red grape in the Northern Rhone. So sitting just below Condrieu, we have Saint-Joseph. Saint-Joseph is long and skinny, running for about 37 miles. So that's quite a stretch, and there's lots of varying terrain here, many different soil types, and also slight difference in temperature. It's a little cooler towards the northern part of Saint-Joseph and slightly warmer in the southern part. You have white wines and red wines that are made here from our three hero grapes. It was awarded its appellation in 1956 and is the second largest appellation here in the Northern Rhone. But that being said, that's about 1,370 hectares, so not huge. Predominantly red is made here, about 84%, the rest being the white blend. The co-ferment here, you can use up to 10% Marsanne Roussanne in the blend of the red. But again, not so much done. All right, Hermitage. So this is the biggie. It's the one that has the longest history here and the best reputation, going back hundreds of years. They used to rival that of Bordeaux. Indeed, they used to kind of sneak some of the juice over into Bordeaux and blend it in there. More controversy. But the most well-known and the one that's considered to be the best in the Northern Rhone itself, founded in 1936 as an official appellation, it is tiny, only about 138 hectares. It's like roughly the size of a decent-sized Bordeaux estate. It's just remarkable to me. And only represents 4% of all of the Northern Rhone's plantings. There is a lot to unpack here. So I'm going to tackle Hermitage in its entirety in a separate podcast. I am working on a level 3 membership to incorporate some further details of more specific regions, more specific winemaking, something I'm excited about. And this is one of the topics that I'm going to be including. So if you are interested in this, you just have to be on the newsletter. And if you've been having trouble getting on the newsletter, some of you have emailed me and said you haven't gotten signed up yet, you can just email me. So joanne@wineeducate.com. That's JOANNE. We are a small team here at Wine Educate, and I respond to my emails. So I would love to hear from you and let me know if you're interested in this level 3 membership. Hermitage is one slope. It's one hillside, and it's broken up into lots of specific different areas called lieux-dits. There's 20 of these that are recognized, Many of them begin with La, so they're nicknamed the La-Las. And if you go to auctions, or if you a nerd like me and like to read the Sotheby's and Christie's auction books, you'll notice that they market it as these wines as the La-Las. These are some really iconic wines that are made here, can fetch quite a bit of money, and are very age-worthy. Really good wines aged for up to 20 years. The very best, easily 50. So these are some remarkably age-worthy wines found in Hermitage. And one important thing to note here, and if you only take one thing away from today's podcast, I want it to be that you should go out and try some of these white wines from the Northern Rhone. Do not sleep on these wines, okay? So Marsanne and Roussanne are not your everyday white grapes that you throw around. I'm like, oh, I would love a glass of Marsanne. No, we really don't see these wines so much outside of the Rhone. They're also found in the Languedoc and some of the other Southern Rhone areas, but they're not big household names. However, these wines, especially when they're blended together, can be some of the longest lived dry white wines in the world. And the prices on these are very reasonable. So you can get your hands on some of these and try them. Okay, now we have Hermitage, which is teeny tiny, and then surrounding it, we have Crozes Hermitage, which is quite different than the main event. Crozes Hermitage is the largest appellation here in the Northern Rhone, was founded in 1937. It represents 41% of all the wines in the Northern Rhone and represents a much wider area. At this point, you know, if we're talking about a wider, more spread out area, we're going to have some variability, right? We're going to have some grapes that are grown on better sites, some that are grown on the valley floor. So different levels of quality that's happening here. Crozes Hermitage predominantly makes red wines, does make some white wines here as well. So just like Hermitage, Crozes Hermitage also has this rule on the books about being able to blend in 15% of Marsanne and Roussanne, but they just don't really do that anymore. But it is on the books. And in your level 3 textbook, it mentions these things. So I'm mentioning them, right? So put it on your radar. These wines are generally more affordable than Hermitage itself. And there's certainly some excellent wines to be found in Crozes Hermitage. Just beware. And this is another example of, if you don't know, you're feeling nervous about buying a Crozes because you don't know what the quality is going to be like, go and visit your local small bottle shop and talk to your person there and ask them. They will be very happy to help you, and they'll pick you out something that will probably be an excellent value. We have now made it to the bottom part of the Northern Rhone with Cornas. Now, I pronounced the S. I did it. Is it okay to pronounce the S? Because in a lot of French words, we don't. So I looked into this a little bit and was assured that the S is pronounced for Cornas because it's from this part of France. So I'm going to go along with that. So I'm going to say Cornas, pronouncing the S. This is another small appellation. It got its AOC in 1938 and is only 155 hectares. So teeny tiny. And this is super fun. The name Cornas in the Celtic language means burnt earth. So here is another reference, because if you remember Cote Rotie, right? Roasted slope, also a reference to the heat that these vineyard areas can get because of the way they're facing, like their aspect. And the areas in Cornas are south facing in this granite amphitheater that gets very, very hot during the day, hence earning its name, burnt earth, and creating a mesoclimate. And I like this interesting quote of a winemaker in the region said that it is an island of the south in the north, to give you an idea of how warm it gets we are just making red wines here, 100% Syrah. All right, so that is the Northern Rhone. For my big fact checkers out there, yes, I know there's a few other tiny appellations here, but because they're not mentioned in your WSET Level 2 or 3, I'm not mentioning them here. Really, the purpose of my podcast is to help flesh out the information in your textbooks, add a little bit more information, and help you remember these concepts, but not get too nitty-gritty. Let's see, we're getting to the end of October. We're getting somewhat close to exam time. So if you haven't already subscribed to the newsletter, please do so. I'm giving out level 3 essay questions. I've created the level 2 multiple choice questions. They're all going to be there in the newsletter. Go to wineeducate.com and you see the green button. I hope you all enjoy the Halloween weekend. My daughter is dressing up as the Tooth Fairy, not the cute one, the evil one. So I'll be making about 100 bloody teeth tomorrow. So happy Halloween, everybody. And I will see you next week where we start on the Southern Rhone.